Hong Kong police have fired tear gas again this afternoon at protesters who had massed at Harcourt Road in the territory's CBD. The action came as the city coped with paralyzing general strike. Now, tens of thousands of people have fanned out across several districts, continuing to call for an investigation into the use of force by police and demanding full democracy for Hong Kong. Protesters also want the city's leader, Carrie Lam, to step down. The chief executive's response has been to condemn the violence.
Such extensive disruptions in the name of certain demands or uncooperative movement have seriously undermined Hong Kong's law and order and are pushing our city, the city we all love and many of us helped to build, to the verge of a very dangerous situation.
Hong Kong police have arrested 420 people since June 9th. And they say they fired 1,000 rounds of tear gas and about 160 rubber bullets. Pro-democracy lawmakers have slammed what they called police brutality and have criticized Mrs. Lam's remarks.
嗱，要總結今朝早林鄭嘅所謂記者招待會咧嚇，佢企喺度講幾句嘅啫，係重複複，好似一架破爛嘅錄音機。咁但係佢主要嘅信息咧，基本上係話俾全香港人聽，我冇做錯。嗱，呢一個信息咧，你真係證明咧，佢係死性不改，係死不悔改嘅。由6月到而家，佢係從來都係咁樣嘅一個態度。
The protests wreaked havoc on the city's transport system. Dozens of flights had to be cancelled at Hong Kong's international airport, while there was extensive disruption to train services, leaving many commuters stranded during rush hour. Services are now returned to normal.
Let's get an update on what's happening this evening then. Wei Du joins us live from Hong Kong. Wei, what's the situation where you are?
Yes, Steve, currently I'm at Causeway Bay, and you can see there are some people walking around me, but there are no cars. That's because of protesters, again, for a second night in a row, closed off Hennessy Road. This is a major road on Hong Kong Island, together with some of the surrounding roads as well. Earlier, there were about a couple thousand protesters behind me, but they moved very quickly, and now they are walking this way onto North Point, and that seems to be the tactic they are adopting now. They're just trying to tire out the police to increase the cost of for the government to manage the city. Now, this crowd, some of them have their umbrellas out, and that's not because it's raining. Now, there's been a police drone flying overhead, and they're using the umbrella to protect their identity. The crowd came from Admiralty. That's where they were. The police fired tear gas into them, and that was just one location. This afternoon alone, Hong Kong police has fired tear gas in 4 to 5 neighborhoods, and in response to escalating confrontation from the protesters. The latest we've seen, the report says protesters have set fire to several police stations. So all of this representing a very ugly escalation ever since Chief Executive Carrie Lam gave that press conference earlier today. In fact, that press conference went so poorly. Some of the protesters we spoke to said they came out after they heard what she said. They're taking issue with the fact that she didn't take any responsibility. She didn't answer any of the 5 demands by protesters. One protester I spoke to today says Carrie Lam sounded like a broken record. And he also said even though he cannot endorse everything the protesters are doing, they do seem a little clueless right now. His primary concern is still the government is not doing its job, is not taking responsibility for the situation on the ground. The police today also gave its first daily briefing in which it said it arrested 82 people. That brings the total since the beginning of the saga to more than 140. And that really shows you this downward spiral, this escalating violence between protesters and police, because they arrest people, more people get upset. We've seen in the neighborhood of Wangdaxin, local residents have come out 3 days in a row to clash with police. So as of right now, we're not seeing any possible opening for a de-escalation, and it's quite unclear what is going to happen. Of course, lots of rumors that China would utilize this opportunity to send its military onto the streets of Hong Kong. We should say, when we go out to talk to protesters, that's not something that's high on their, that's not something they would bring up. And also at the press conference today, Chief Executive Caroline said that speculation is groundless, and she said these rumors are designed to destabilize Hong Kong.
All right, May, thanks for that update. Wei Du speaking to us live from Hong Kong.